Thank you so much for joining in for today's AccessAlly workshop on subscription upgrades, downgrades, and replacements. I am so excited that you're here. If you're catching the replay of this workshop, there will be a spot below the workshop video where you can ask questions in case you have questions that come up for you while you're watching the replay. First, I want to share some important information about subscription upgrades, downgrades, and replacements. What we're going to cover in today's workshop works only if you're using AccessAlly order forms. So this particular workflow does not work if you're using third-party order forms like order forms with your CRM system, SamCart, ThriveCart, and any other payment method other than AccessAlly order forms. This workshop today is covered around Stripe payment plans. Subscription upgrades and downgrades are only available for Stripe customers that have paid in that way. And we will also cover PayPal payments so that you'll have a way to tag your PayPal payment customers so you can hide certain sections from view on your website that would cover the upgrades and downgrades since those are not available for PayPal. And then finally, we will cover payments and/or content. You can apply today's workshop to both payment plans for your customers and also the content inside your offerings too. Let's talk about offerings, and we're going to do a quick overview of what we're covering in today's workshop. So I am going to hop on over to my demo site, and I will sign up as a new customer. And today I'm going to be Barbara. And I'm going to be the monthly customer right now. So I'm going to show you how this workflow works. And I'm going to go ahead and select the monthly payment option and complete the AccessAlly order form. Once I hit Pay Now, I'm going to see the thank you message, and it's going to welcome me to being a monthly member of the membership. And as a new customer, I can go ahead and visit the membership to see the membership content. And where I want to show you today is in the My Orders page on the website. Now, this new member can see their current membership plan. They're a monthly member. They can see the yearly option if they want to select this plan to upgrade. And they can also cancel their membership plan altogether if they want to do that as well. So what I'm going to do right now, just to show you the flow, is I'm going to go ahead and move from a monthly paying customer to a yearly one. So let's first take a look, though, at the My Orders section on this page that shows our current payment plan. So here we are right now with the subscription that we just paid for. It's active in its status, and it shows the amount that was paid. So now I'm going to come right back up here to the top, and I'm going to select the yearly option. And this is using a one-click upsell order form. And I'll go ahead and agree to the payments. And it's going to say what I'm paying now to be a yearly customer. And it's going to say that my charge is going to be X number of dollars every year, and that it's replacing my current payment plan. So I'm going to go ahead and click Pay Now. And this will change this customer's payment plan from the monthly plan over to the yearly plan. So now they're welcomed as a yearly member. And if we view that My Orders page again, we'll see that the yearly subscription plan is now their active subscription plan. They could downgrade back down to monthly if they wanted to. And then we'll look right here at our cancel option. They could still cancel this plan altogether if they choose. But now we can see that our current subscription plan, the plan for our monthly membership, is now paused. So the customer is no longer being billed for anything related to the monthly plan. And now they have the active subscription for the yearly plan. And it's applied all of their money towards that plan at $497. Okay. So now we're going to do the opposite workflow, and we're going to see the view of a customer who is in the yearly workflow. And with this one, we're going to take a little bit different journey. We're going to upgrade, we're going to downgrade, and we're going to cancel all together. So I'm going to flip over to the yearly option here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in my information, and I'll click next and go ahead and complete the payment plan. All right, so now we're completing our payment plan for the yearly option. It's welcoming Sarah into the yearly membership. And of course, Sarah can see the membership content. Sarah can go to that same My Orders page and see the yearly plan in action. And now we can scroll down and see the payment plan is active for yearly. The same cancellation button appears. We're going to move down to the monthly membership plan, and it is going to show us our prorated dollar amount and then how much is charged on an ongoing basis, and letting the customer know that this will replace their current yearly plan. So if the customer was doing their prorated subscription replacement, let's say 6 months in, this dollar amount would change. So right now, because I purchased today, it's prorating like based down on the minute to how much that subscription would be worth. So that is why it's showing $43 right now. It could show a different amount, and it could even show zero for a short period of time while they're using up the remaining balance when they move down to a downgraded subscription. So right now, our future payment for today is zero. And then after today, we're going to get charged $43 on next year for that renewal, for that downgrade. And then we're going to get $49 a month after that. So it is not refunding the money here. It is using it towards the rest of the year at this new plan. So what I'm going to do is click Pay Now, and I'll go ahead and downgrade into the monthly plan from yearly. And now we can see that it's gotten downgraded. If we go to the My Orders page, we'll see that the monthly membership is lit up in color. The yearly one is the option they could move back to. And then we'll see that this subscription has been paused for the yearly. We can see the next payment due date right here. So the next payment due is going to be listed, and then it's going to say a credit if this customer has a remaining balance. So as that prorated dollar amount is getting used from their yearly to the downgraded monthly, they'll have several months where it says credit, and it lists the balance of the credit and then deducts it each time it's used. So now what I'm going to do for this subscription is I'm just going to cancel it all together. That way you don't have any weird issues with someone who is in monthly, someone who's in yearly, and they really want to cancel their entire subscription. So this will catch all of the plans that are available for that customer at that time. And so then we can see that the subscription has been paused, and that the existing subscription right now shows as active for the monthly, only because they're going to continue to have access until their payment plan has been exhausted. So because they were moving down in that membership, you always want to keep your eyes on their next payment date, and it will flip over to canceled. So all I did was refresh the page to show the change. So now that it's canceled, it says that they have this amount of a credit. And at that point in time, if they are canceling, this could be covered under your refund policy. If they cancel within X number of days or weeks, you could send them a refund as well if you like. But this way, it is always optional on the refund side. So the status as canceled means they will continue to have access until the next time that a payment would be due. And then at that point, it will go ahead and remove their access to the membership altogether. Okay, so now we have seen the process of upgrading, we've seen the process of downgrading, and we've seen what happens when a customer cancels. Now let's look at how this is built behind the scenes. So what I will do first is go back over to my slides, and we'll talk about the offering that is holding these different membership subscriptions. So here on my demo site, I'm going to review the offering setup really quick, just as it relates to the order forms. So if you're new to creating offerings inside AccessAlly, feel free to watch your AccessAlly 101 training where you can create the actual offering for your membership. But for right now, all I'm doing is looking at the payment plan forms. So here I have my monthly subscription plan and my yearly subscription plan. Within each of these plans, if I click the brush to edit them, we'll see how they're set up to handle this payment upgrade or downgrade process. So right now we're looking at our monthly plan, and here you can see the pricing for the monthly plan. And then all you're doing is checking the box that says this subscription can replace an existing subscription. So when you choose the product can replace an existing subscription, you'll want to make sure that you look over the check marks and the X marks because they're really important. So let's take a look at the actual subscription that's being replaced. So right now we are looking once again at that monthly order form, and we are going to allow for them to upgrade to the yearly plan. So all I did was add the replacement and I selected the yearly plan from a drop-down. And then I chose the option to prorate the payment. This allows it to use up an outstanding balance or credit them if they're moving between those subscriptions. And this part is really important here, automation tagging. So you'll see I don't have anything here as a replacement tag on successful payment because the content for this particular offering stays the same. So whether they're paying yearly or they're paying monthly, the content is not changing. So instead of changing this part here, I will show you how to use a custom operation to display the payment options on your My Orders page, because using this section here only works best with revoke tags for removing access to content. So I always like to highlight this part is more about the content than it is about the payment plan itself. So with payment plans, we're going to use a fun way to display those to make it very visual for your customer. But for content, if they were changing what they get inside AccessAlly, then you might put a revoke tag here. All right, so now we're going to scroll down because the yearly form that is in the next section here under forms, this one right here, we're going to look at the yearly one next. So I'll go ahead and open up the yearly form, and it's the same workflow. We have our pricing right here, and we have the box checked so that they can replace an existing subscription. For that subscription replacement option, once again, it's going to highlight that same message. They have to choose an existing recurring product from the drop-down for the upgrade or downgrade path. If they choose this order form, their existing one gets canceled. The payment gets prorated based on their plan and previous payments. And then once again, does not work with PayPal. So then if we scroll down here, the replacement for the yearly plan would be they're downgrading to the monthly option. So right here, I selected prorate the payment, and I left the automation tagging section empty because they're not losing access to content, only their payment plan is changing. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a few other parts of this order form setup because this is where it gets really interesting. So if we look under automation, we can see that this particular payment success is releasing the content in the membership, yay, but it's also creating a custom operation here for the yearly payment part. And then we've also got our membership purchase success tag. So we're going to take a look at the custom operation for these order forms just to cover creating the look and feel for the buttons that they can click to move around between the different subscription payment plans. So for this part right here, I'll go ahead and reference my slides. So we've got our monthly and our yearly order forms. We covered our subscription replacement options within those forms. And now we're going on to the next piece of the puzzle, which is our protected content badges that get displayed for our monthly and yearly payment plans, which work with our custom operations coming up. So in this next step, I am going to move into our protected content area, and I'm going to show you the setup for my monthly access and yearly access. So this part right here is using two unique tags. The membership itself has a membership access tag, but it doesn't define monthly or yearly. So it's just amazing membership base access, and they can see the membership. That part is where I created two, what do we call them? Identification tags. It's just identifying who my monthly members are and who my yearly members are. So all I did was go into settings in AccessAlly, and I made two tags under the tag section, one for my monthly access customers and one for my yearly access customers. So now when I get here to protected content, I'm adding those as pictures because now the payment plan can be differentiated from the content within the membership. So what I did was I created 2 images in Canva for each of my payment plans. I have my access, my no access, and my completed is just the same as the access icon. If I scroll down right here, it's going to say visitors must log in to view this page, and they have to have the monthly payments tag. Then it's going to say they cannot see this page if they have the revoke access tag for the membership. And then I used a redirect so that when people land on the My Orders page, so let's take a look back at that page really quick for this customer's view. What I want is when they click on their exact plan, they don't go anywhere. They stay here on the page, because normally if they click protected content, they get a download of a file. But of course, there's no file, it's just a badge. So this is where they manage their payment plan. And if they're already a monthly member, they're just managing their monthly payment plan. So their option might be that they want to cancel. But if they are not a monthly member, then what we want is for them to have the ability to go to the order form and see the opposing plan. So for this one, if they don't have the monthly membership, then it's going to display the monthly badge on our page. They can click it and upgrade to that plan. So from there, I just added in my pictures, and that is the setup there. So with the next setup, it's exactly the same, but for the different payment plan. So now we're going to cover the yearly access plan. Once again, I just added 3 images for the icons. There's no content in this piece of protected content other than a badge, which is really cool. And I have visitors must log in to view this page, and they have to have the yearly payments tag. Remember, that's an identification tag that you're making special to manage your payment plans. And they cannot have access to this page if they have the revoke tag. And then the same setup is here. It's going to take them to my yearly payment plan option if they do not have access to the yearly plan. And if they are logged in but have access to the monthly plan, if they are logged in and they have access already to yearly, it's just going to keep them on the My Orders page, because otherwise they would just download an empty image and it would not make sense. So logged in, but they don't have yearly, they're going to the yearly order form. Logged in and they do have yearly, they're just going to stay on that page. Okay, so now we have covered our setup for our images. Our next step is going to be to cover the setup for the custom operations. There are 4 custom operations used in this workflow. The first custom operation adds the monthly payment plan tag and removes the yearly payment plan tag. So let's take a peek at that workflow really quick. So here we are. And I'm going to go into custom operations, and I will find my monthly payment plan. This payment plan is going to be adding the following tags when they complete the monthly order form. It's going to give them the Amazing Membership Monthly Payment Identification tag, and it's going to remove the Yearly Payment Identification tag. Where that gets added to the actual form is going to be right down here, where it says, perform the following operation after a successful purchase. You will have 2 of these. The first one will be for your monthly plan, which is the one that I just did the custom operation for. And then on your yearly plan, you'll use your yearly custom operation, which we're getting to ready to take a look at. So right here, I'm using my monthly one. So if I scroll into this monthly form and click automation, you'll see that I have my monthly success. For the monthly option, this custom operation will run, and it will remove the yearly tag and add the monthly payment plan tag. That way you'll always know who's paying monthly and who's paying yearly. So in the second version of that one, we'll look at number 32. This one will be when they make a yearly payment. It's going to always add the yearly tag and remove the monthly tag. So this way, no matter which upgrade or downgrade path, they will never have both tags. And once again, you're just popping that right into the automation section. Under the payment success, it is a custom operation that runs. All right, so now we've got our first two custom operations. So we've talked about our monthly plan, tag, add, and remove the yearly, and our add the yearly, remove the monthly. Whew, it's a tongue twister. Next, we'll talk about canceling the subscription altogether. So this is a two-parter. So when they cancel the subscription, we're going to be using the cancel subscription custom operation, but we're also going to make another custom operation, which will remove both the monthly and the yearly, because if they cancel, they are not a member of either plan. So let's look at our settings back here inside our custom operations. And I am going to show you first the cancel. I always build the cancel first, but then forget I need the other two. So I always put them a little bit out of order, but it doesn't hurt anything to build them in the wrong order, just as long as they always get tagged right. So we're going to look at our cancel membership. It's a subscription action. And right here, I have both plans. This way, no matter which one they were in, it's going to cancel it. That way, you don't have to worry, did they cancel one? Did the other one still get billed? You don't have any overlap. So it's kind of a safety measure just to make sure they're not still somehow in a different payment plan option. And this is just like a fail-safe. Next, I've selected the option to cancel, which removes access at the end of the current period. So you could switch this to revoke immediately, but this one right here is usually best if your refund policy is a tighter refund timeline. This way they can continue to have access until that period has ended, and then it will remove their access. So you do have options here that you can use. You can pause, you can revoke, you can cancel. Cancel is the cleanest unless you're doing refunds. If you're going to do refunds, you could also do revoke immediately. You could do pause, which does not take the content away, but just pauses the payment plan. So definitely take a look at your options there and choose the one that's best for your situation. So I chose cancel because my refund policy is 60 days. And if someone does want a refund, I might manage that manually. Next, we're going to set our custom operation button. So we'll skip the optional for now. That's the part I always mess up when I'm building, because you got to have the next part in order to add this here. So, but it's great that AccessAlly is so forgiving when I do that every time. So what I'm going to do next is configure the text that's on the button. This is the text that will appear when they have an active subscription. There'll be a box right here and it'll say cancel my membership plan. So for that part, it's going to have the button text, what they see that they click. Then it's going to say you're about to do this thing. Are you sure you want to? And then it's going to display a message on the screen that says your subscription has been canceled. So you can definitely customize that message to work best for your situation. So if you're revoking, for example, access has been removed. And if you would like to request a refund, click here. And that way they could email you for a refund. All right, so now we've covered that second operation. So when you save all of this here, like let's go to the second one. Sorry, I skipped the second one. Here's our next one. This is the one that's going to help with your tags. So right now, if they cancel, they would still have both tags, or one or the other. They're going to have monthly or they're going to have yearly. So in this situation, when they cancel, I want to take those tags away because they're no longer on a payment plan. Their subscription is canceled. So what I did was I chose the option to add or remove tags, and I'm removing tags. I can remove the monthly tag. I can remove the yearly tag. That way, when they cancel, they're not in either payment plan. You could also add tags if you want to use additional identification tags. For example, client canceled might be a great identification tag for this spot. That way you know they clicked the cancellation button. So once you save this one, you just scroll back up to that first one and you just select to run this one after that first one occurs. So when they click the cancel button, it's going to remove their access. It puts the canceled tag on their account, and then it's going to run this operation to remove the payment plan tags. So that is our custom operation setup. So we have our monthly plan tag, add and our remove the yearly, our add the yearly plan tag, remove the monthly. We have our cancel subscription with our button so they can cancel. And then we have it removing their payment tags when they cancel only because they don't have either payment plan anymore. Now it's time to take a look at the setup of our My Orders page. This is where we're going to show the upgrade or downgrade subscription plans. We're going to use a PayPal tag to hide the upgrade and downgrade section since PayPal is not eligible for subscription upgrades or downgrades. And we're going to create our cancel subscription button. And we're going to also talk about what this page looks like cancel versus upgrade or downgrade. So let's pop back over to our My Orders page. I am building this entire part inside Gutenberg using blocks, but you can build this in your WordPress theme or page builder. You would build this the same way you build your content on your regular pages. So I'm just going to click Edit Page right here. And first we'll talk about the top section, which is covering the subscription plan. So I'm going to also open a tab in my browser so we can see the completed view, because these parts will be hidden or shown depending. So the first part we're covering is the subscription plan for changing their plan. So this is the part that they can't do if they paid in PayPal. So I want to hide it for PayPal customers and I want to show it to people who've paid in Stripe. So for this part on my orders page, I'm going to grab my tag that I'm using for PayPal payments. So if you have not set up a tag for your PayPal payments, I'm going to show you this part really quick as well, because this is a newer feature in AccessAlly. So if you go to Dashboard and you go to AccessAlly and you go to Sales and you click on Payments, but I'm sorry, I went the wrong place. It is actually under General Settings. So I will go back to Settings. So it's AccessAlly, Settings, Payment Settings, PayPal. And if you scroll down right here, you can make your own unique tag and select that tag. If a customer pays in PayPal, they will get that. So this is how you can find your customers who've paid in PayPal. So what we'll do here is we'll use the AccessAlly shortcode generator, and we're going to have it when someone is missing our PayPal tag. So if they're missing our PayPal tag, that means they paid in Stripe. So I'm going to hit Generate Shortcode, Copy. And then what I have done is I've added the beginning portion to the top up here in my block, and then the last portion at the bottom. So this is how you kind of split up the shortcode to hide a section on the page. So the shortcode itself, you just make a little space between the two sets of brackets, and you can add your content in the middle that you want to be displayed or hidden. Next, I just added the heading to the page and information about upgrading or downgrading. The next part is adding the actual pictures from the protected content. So in order to add the pictures, I'm just going to make a little space so we have a new spot. Next, we're going to do this step right here where we put the images on the pages. And because these are AccessAlly icons, they're smart and they'll go wherever that customer is going based on the way you have set those up in protected content. So here I'm going to click on AccessAlly shortcode generator, and I will scroll to offering icon. I will type in monthly membership, and I'm looking for my tag that goes to my amazing membership. Sorry, I have a lot of memberships going on. And I am looking for my monthly access tag. So with this monthly access tag, I'm going to show it to everyone. And I would just hit generate shortcode and then copy and paste it into my page. So that's how I'm building this first section of this page here. That's going to show my monthly icon. Do they have it or not? And then I'll just repeat the step for the yearly. So I do the shortcode generator. I select the offering icon. I select the yearly access. And then I go ahead and click that one and scroll down and generate my shortcode. And then I would just paste it right beside my first one. So here is that second one right here, and it's going to always show that one. So now we've built our first section. This is the section that content is hidden or shown based on whether they have PayPal payments or not. So now we'll scroll down and we'll create our cancellation section built in exactly the same way. You can add your text for the page. So if we look back at our page, I can add my text. I can add a little placeholder information, and you'll notice that my account doesn't show this button at all. My account doesn't show this button because I don't have a payment plan for the membership at all. So what I love about those buttons is it's very error proof. Like if they don't have it, they can't click it because they don't see it. So I like that part a lot. And all we're doing right here is doing our custom operation. So we're going AccessAlly, shortcode generator, and it's pointing to the one that does both things. So we're going to choose our custom operation, and we want that one that we built that handles the whole entire cancellation and runs the fourth custom operation that takes away the payment plan tags. So we're just adding that by generating the shortcode, copy, pasting it on the page. Canceling versus upgrading or downgrading. So with canceling versus upgrading or downgrading, upgrading and downgrading, they still have a plan. So they're either in one or the other for a payment plan. When they cancel, they are in neither payment plan. So you always want to think about the workflow and what you want them to be able to do within your setup. So do you want them to cancel, or do you want to pause something and start something else? Or do you want to revoke it altogether? You have each option available to you. So always thinking through those options about the customers that have signed up for these things. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to take a look at the sales log for our example customers from today, because I want to show you where to find what they have in case you ever need to manage someone manually for any reason on your site. So if we look right here, we can see all of our successful payments. That's great, but what we really want to look at is our subscriptions. This is what tells the full story of this customer and their journey. So if I look at Sarah from today, originally I can see her whole entire path. So Sarah started as a yearly member, and then she replaced her yearly subscription. So if I click here, I can get the details of what was replaced. So right here, it's going to say she was at this subscription here. And right now she has no remaining payment due, and her subscription was replaced. So if I wanted to turn her subscription back on, I could click resume immediately, and she would once again have the subscription payments restarted for her account. If I chose skip future payments, I could come here. If she's resumed and on an existing current subscription, I could add a skip payment. If she's yearly, I could add one and it'll skip her next year's payment. If I adjust her subscription, if she has an active subscription, I can change her billing date, and I can set the time that it's going to bill again. I can change her recurring payment amount, and I can also add a credit to offset her future payments. So if something ever goes wrong in a subscription upgrade or downgrade path, adjusting it here might be the easiest and best option. So you have the ability to do that. And if I want to refund it all together and they had an existing payment, I could click refund card payment. And at that point, I could send back her money. So if she decided that she wanted to cancel after 10 days and I have a 60-day refund policy, I can go ahead and refund her payment and she will get back her credit in Stripe. So now let's take a look at our other person that had changes. Today, we're going to look at our Barbara Monthly. So here's Barbara Monthly right here, and we can see her path as well. She started as a monthly customer. So she's got her monthly membership here and her amount that she paid, and we'll click replaced. So we can see that here she replaced her membership, and she went from subscription number 2, amazing monthly membership. She does not have any remaining payment on this one because it has been canceled. So if we scroll back and look at her again, and we look at her second one, this is her, whoops, sorry, wrong customer. Bear with me one second. I need to scroll back down to Barbara. Bear with. So we'll go right here, and I'm just jumping all around now. So let's go back to our sales log. Here we go, sales. We'll go back to subscriptions, and we're going to look for Barbara at her active subscription. So if she is still paying for a plan, it will show as active. It will also list her next billing date. and the plan that she's on. So if we click her active subscription, we can see that she has 450 that is remaining from her monthly to the upgrade, and then that she is doing our yearly plan. So this is what she paid, and this is how much her subscription is. And if we scroll down, we can see that right now she's at that total paid amount, and she has not been issued any refunds. And we can even click here to see the monthly subscription details that were replaced. So if she's here, this is her current exact subscription. So if I wanted to take her subscription away, I could click revoke immediately. And at that point, she would lose access to the subscription for a refund request, for example. Or I could choose to cancel her subscription so that she could keep access until the end of the payment period. So if she emailed in and wanted to cancel, and for whatever reason you wanted to do that for her, you would just come here and click cancel at the end of her paid period. And you could even pause her subscription without taking away her access if you would like to do that as well. So you could click pause, for example, if you want to stop her payments from happening in the future, but allow her to keep her access. And then once again, you could skip future payments. Just always make sure you know if it's monthly or yearly, because that skip could be a really long skip. And then once again, you do have the options to change their billing date manually. You have the option to change their recurring payment amount manually as well, and also adding credits to offset any future payments, which can be done as well. All right, so those were the things that I wanted to cover about the My Orders page and the subscriptions themselves. So viewing the sales log can be so helpful so that you can see that customer's path and what parts of the path they are moving through. So the subscription area is where you always want to check, because that's what's going to show you their active, replaced, or canceled subscriptions. And then just a final reminder to make sure that you test each path, because as a person moves through each path, you may have missed something. So for example, a thing that you might have missed is if they are going through a canceled path and you didn't test the path, and maybe you forgot to create the tags to remove their payment plans, they could enter a payment failure sequence and then get their access removed, when really they just downgraded their payment plan. So you definitely want to test your paths to make sure that when they canceled, that everything is smooth for that customer. And you also want to test your paths to make sure that nothing in your CRM system is competing with the cancellation tag being applied, or with a payment failure, for example. So that is everything that I wanted to cover in today's subscription upgrade, downgrade, and replacement workshop. So we covered if you wanted to add content, where you would do that in your subscription replacement option. We covered our different payment plans. We covered canceling. We covered how you also have other options like revoking, refunding, and even pausing subscriptions as well. All right, so if you're catching the replay, just remember you've got a spot right below the box where you can ask questions.
Thank you so much for watching this workshop. If you would like to learn how to set up an AccessAlly site from start to finish, join us for our free training called AccessAlly 101. You can sign up for this free training by going to accessally.com/f/training.